When I got to Uganda, I put it as a challenge for myself to see if I can get on the big stages, if I can give my energy to the people, a different type of energy that is not maybe even common, you know. So that was just my goal, and that was the challenge for me. What I realized here in Uganda is that when you know your value and you know the value that you bring, it is intimidating to people. I don't know if you guys read the first part and went and said, "Oh, Sean is done with Uganda." Bro, read the whole thing.
Right.
You guys, 3 hours later, 4 hours later, Andre, where's Andre? So they know he used to like to go up to the rooftop to go smoke and chill, maybe think his own things up on the rooftop. So the girlfriend went upstairs. Girlfriend goes upstairs, doesn't see Andre. Something just tells her, look down from the top of the building. Does she see Andre at the floor?
I'm from a beautiful place, the Pearl of Africa. Hailing with a 256, it's in my blood. That's a gem where the mountains rise. With stories untold, the tapestry of cultures unfolding, so vibrant and bold. A symphony of stars, a celestial light. The drums beating, echoing through the night. Just like a beacon of light, a reflection that's coming up from the Nile. I'm flowing straight into the heart of Africa with timeless stories untold. What's up, Doug?
3, 2, 1, rolling.
Welcome once again to the Ugandan Boy Talk Show, on the podcast where I bring the famous people, the normal people, regular people, and day-to-day people, anybody who wants to come kick it with me and have a conversation on this podcast. And today I'm very honored to have none other than Sean Preezy. Welcome to the podcast, brother.
Woo, 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 woo. What's going on, my boy Bonnie?
Yes, this is the one that I've always been excited or waiting to have on the podcast. I didn't even say much on my Instagram that I'm going to host or we're going to record it because I just want to catch people off guard. Nobody knows I'm having you on the podcast.
Oh, for real? Okay. So I'm a secret a little bit, huh?
A secret a little bit. But after we're done, we're going to let it out and people will know, oh, he got it already.
You sound like one of my exes trying to keep me a secret, man. It's okay. You don't want to be out there in public with me. It's okay.
Exactly. They're gonna ask me for a sponsor. You know, listening to NRG, I always knew from your accent you're from Kenya, but I've never heard you speak Swahili. Yeah. Never in any clip I've seen on Instagram.
Tunaweza ongelesha now. It's okay, ni sawa.
I wanted to say, you know, when you say poo 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 poo, I wanted to say ukibamba sana wapi nduru wewe.
Wapi nduru. But you see, yeah, the only problem with me and speaking Swahili is I understand it completely. I was in Kenya for 10 years plus. But you see, the thing is, every time I speak it or I pronounce a word wrong, there's always someone in the back of my ear that has to say, what did you just say? And then give me a few giggles.
Yeah.
And so it's really taking my confidence down each time.
Yeah.
Slowly.
So,
but anyway, but I understand.
So you were born in Kenya?
No, I wasn't. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
USA.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I stayed there until 2012 and moved to Kenya. And so, yeah, I've been in Kenya since.
Atlanta ATL, baby.
Yeah. Atlanta Hawks.
Because I was going to ask you, actually, on your Instagram, you have the 3 flags. You have the US, you have Kenya, and you have Uganda. So I knew about Kenya because I think I had it somewhere. And you were in Nairobi. So I knew a little bit about the connection of Kenya, but I was going to ask you about the America. And it's cool that you were born in Atlanta, ATL. When did you decide to leave us, buddy?
So this is the thing, right? So in 2008, Barack Obama was elected as president. And Barack Obama is like half Kenyan, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom being Kenyan and my dad being American, she realized, you know what? I've never brought my own husband and my family to the place to see where I live and where I grew up. And now that there's a Kenyan president as the strongest man in the world, what is our excuse not to go?
Mm-hmm.
So we packed our bags, came for like 2 weeks. And by the time my dad was getting back, or rather we were all getting back to the States, my dad said, I think Kenya is a really nice place. I think that would be a great place to raise the kids. And so And for the next 4 years, they were really figuring out how to sell the house, how to sell the stuff, how to completely get out of America and go to Africa. Was I opposed to it? Yep, I was. I was like, where are we going to shower? How am I going to get to school? Am I going to be on top of a lion riding to school? Man, it was a lot of things, you know, as an American that we just know or we don't know about Africa.
Right.
And so, you know, coming was an eye opener as well. It was an eye opener to my dad because my dad also brought his mom and his cousin as well to come see. And so it was a big eye opener for us as Black Americans to come see what Africa is really about. And then we made the big move in 2012.
I didn't know about that. So that's why I like podcasts, like when we get down and just get time to talk and just learn a little bit about somebody you see. And for your fans, for your listeners, you don't get time to talk about this on the radio. So it's pretty cool to have this kind of podcast and have this kind of information. But for the listeners out there, you got a little bit of Sean Preezy. Sean Preezy is a radio host at NRG in Uganda. I got a chance to sit one on his show when I was in Uganda. They hosted me there and had a little conversation. And like I said in the beginning, I always wanted to have him on the podcast. On my podcast, I've started doing different segments. The first one is this or that.
This or that.
So I have about 10 questions for you. We're going to do this or that. You're free to explain why you're choosing what you're choosing. You're free to say, that's my answer. Next question.
All right.
So this is this or that for Sean Preezy. Radio or TV presenting?
Oh, is my boss watching? But of course. So I will say TV.
Okay.
Now let me explain. I've done radio for almost 7 years now. And so I haven't been a TV host just yet. I haven't been I've guest hosted many shows on TV, but having my own show on TV, the opportunity hasn't availed itself, but I feel TV is a perfect place to get the whole Sean Preezy.
Yeah.
As it is like a podcast is as well. It's not just my voice because, you know, it's good to use all your senses at once. Use your ears, use your eyes as well. You can, I don't know if you can smell through a TV, but, you know.
Some people can. When you
I got that cologne on.
Yeah. When you have 7 senses, you can do that. But yeah, TV was going to be one of my questions. I didn't know. I don't think I've seen you on TV. I was going to ask you if you have actually done that, like TV presenting.
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't yet. The opportunity hasn't availed itself. But yeah, I would love to be a TV host sometime. Whether it's just being on TV is one of my greatest joys, actually. Yeah. Like I said, you get to see me, you get to hear me as well. You get to see my body language.
This one is a tricky one. Uganda or Kenya for a weekend getaway?
Kenya for a weekend getaway. Okay, Uganda has Jinja, we have Entebbe, we have Barara. There's some, okay. I'm gonna still go with Kenya.
Okay.
You know, Kenya, I understand Kenya's like my home and everything. And I always got to start from home. Got to go back to the source. I have not traveled Kenya the way that I would love to travel Kenya for, you know, a getaway. I've only touched here, Kisumu, Nakuru, just a little bit. But it feels like Kenya is quite big. And I would love to now explore my country the way that, you know, I would love to. So Kenya, I will start with Kenya, but I'll move to Uganda. Yeah.
I think the wildlife in Uganda is cool, but like the wildlife in Kenya is also like really cool if you get into it. I think you know already. I am half Kenyan, half Ugandan. So I think I told you when I was.
I remember you told us on the show, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I love my.
Wait, which tribe are you?
Kalenjin. I'm Makale. Okay. Yeah, we're the runners. She's a runner. She's a track star.
Yeah.
Anyway. I got another one.
Okay.
Morning show or evening show?
Morning show, because I'm a morning person.
Okay. Is your show in the...
I can give my energy 100%.
Your show is not in the morning, though. It's in the afternoon, right?
So what's good about it, it's as you're clocking into the evening, it's still the afternoon, though.
Okay.
But as you're clocking into the evening. So that's not too bad. But the night show, the energy circle, like those, for guys for Etania and stuff, I used to do the energy circle back in Nairobi at Energy Kenya.
Okay.
And it wasn't for me. You would go through the whole entire day doing your errands. Maybe if you have other businesses, you're doing things that you're doing all throughout your day. Then you remember, oh, I got a night show to go to. Then at somewhere like Energy, you can't just come and then come sit down and get in front of the mic. Oh, you gotta have energy.
Yeah.
You gotta pull it out your ass. And then, just do what you gotta do for Energy Radio. So it was very tiring for me. So I appreciate the morning hours, like especially that 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That one is the sweetest. Wow.
Yeah. I think I would like that. My schedule right now is like 6 a.m. to 2:30. I like it because I'm already used to it.
Oh, yeah.
So I work 6 a.m.
That's fire.
To 2:30. And 2:30 I'm home. I still have a little bit of the remainder of the day. I'm not a night shift person. Like second shift, third shift.
Yeah.
No, you can't get anything out of me if you get me at that time.
We're the same.
Yeah. City nightlife or a cozy evening at home?
Okay. Which era are we speaking to? Are we speaking to Sean Preezy right now or Sean Preezy when he got to Uganda? Sean Preezy before Uganda? Is it just like me right now?
Sean Preezy when he just got to Uganda.
Okay. That's Sean Preezy. Actually, when I got to Uganda, I had just come from taking a break in Kenya from the night scene, kind of. You get. I wasn't going to the bars and the clubs too much. You would see me, spot me once, but then by 11, I'm outside. I'm back home. So now, coming to a new place, it's like taking somebody who's never been to Ibiza, Spain, to Ibiza, Spain. You get someone who doesn't even drink or party, take them to Ibiza, Spain. They're going to have to party. That's everything around.
Right.
That's the environment. So I got to Uganda. It's like I was a renewed sinner. I went crazy.
There's a way Uganda changes you even when you don't want to change. Like it's just crazy.
No, and it was for the better. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was for the better. Okay. I feel like Uganda would have been, or rather, my experience would have been very like drastically different, maybe even boring, if I hadn't stepped into the night scene, because Uganda has a huge night scene, man. Huge.
Actually, on that point, I've had people argue about the night scene in Nairobi or in Kenya, I would say, and the night scene in Uganda. In your own opinion, you've been to both countries. Which one do you rank? And actually, on the same point, I gotta bring this question. It went viral on my podcast about Kenyans drinking a lot. Bro, I don't know if when you were in Atlanta, you hung out with Kenyans in Atlanta, but the Kenyans I've met in the US, those guys can drink. You cannot compete them. Who do you think is the most drinking country between Kenya? Because I think the battle went down to Uganda and Kenya. Who would you rank in your own opinion?
Now, this is how I think about it. I've been asked this question before. Kenyans can get drunk off of beer.
Okay.
We can grab 2 crates. We can drink the whole 2 crates. Ugandans is not satisfying enough. Even for the pocket. The pocket's like, use what I have inside me. Get a bottle. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So Ugandans, it's bottle. You guys enjoy getting a bottle. You guys like putting it on the table. You guys drink your shots, you cut shots. Everybody, you get what I'm saying? But Kenyans, we can go to Westlands. We can go on let's say a Friday night. We can be okay with putting, even if there's a bottle on the table, there must be beer.
Yeah.
Must. Someone can be there, drink their beer, have a good time. Even if they get too drunk, they can just put their head down slowly on the table. They take a quick nap. Then they wake back up, continue again. Hey, Ugandans. They say, please bring us Omeka. The Omeka comes. Maybe you guys are 3 or 4. Yeah. The Omeka's put on the table, bow. Say, guys, look at the time now. It's 7:30. By 7:40, we need to be ordering the next one. I'm like, bro, what? Can we slow down? Shot after shot. Yeah. And you guys don't sleep. You guys can continue. After that place, you go to the next place. After that place, there's no staying in one location. No. Till the morning. No. You guys like to go one. And so that's the difference for me. But you guys, both Kenyans and Ugandans can drink.
You've been to South Africa. A few people mentioned South Africa in the comments. What do you think about South Africa?
South Africa. Yeah. I haven't been to South Africa.
Oh, you've not been to South Africa?
No, I haven't been. I want to go.
Maybe you just have fans there, because somewhere I was reading somewhere and somebody commented, "We love you, Sean Preezy, in South Africa." Maybe people just tune in or watch what you do, and I think I saw it somewhere.
Yeah.
So I think in my head I just thought like, oh, maybe he has been to South Africa. But thanks for clearing that up. The other thing was like the Ugandans party from Monday to Monday, and do the Kenyans do the same thing?
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
not necessarily. Maybe when you're like, you see, when you're younger, you can always find a place to go, especially when you have time. As in Kenya, if you want to party, there's always Nairobi's quite big. I'm not gonna lie to you. You'll find a place maybe Monday, Tuesday, but here in Uganda, you guys, there is motion on Monday. Not that you'll find, there is. No, you're not. Don't need to seek it. You don't need to go anywhere, knock on people's door. No. There is. You go to H2O on Monday, African Mondays, the place is full. Tuesday, you're going to Tequila Tuesday at Cask. Wednesday, you're going to Sheila Gashumba's night at Flex. Why do I even know this? Why? Why do I know this? Thursday, we're going to Mezzo.
Yeah.
On Friday, we're heading to what's it called? Nowadays, it's Paradigm. People are going to Paradigm. Saturday, all the way to Sunday. Sunday, we have a Ciroc brunch. Then after brunch, we go to Thrones for the, what's it called? Boozy brunch. And then the cycle repeats itself. You get what I'm saying? So there's always somewhere to go. You don't need to seek or look too hard right here in Uganda. You'll get there one way or another.
Yeah.
Someone will just say, oh, let's just pass through for one drink. Liar.
And then they will throw in some nyege nyege, they'll throw in beer fest, they'll throw in a concert, everything.
You get me? You get me? And then you expect me to survive like you. I struggled with these people. I struggled when I first got to Uganda. I struggled. You can ask DJ Vance.
Yeah.
Ask DJ VX Faisal. Those are the people who used to take me home religiously, leaving the bar. I just tell them, guys, I don't think I can survive. If you're tired, go to sleep in the car.
Yeah.
I would take myself to their car. I would go and just lie down. I wake up, I'm squeezed next to 15 women. But that's another story for another day.
that's crazy. Anyway, so solo hosting or co-hosting?
Okay. Both of them have their perks. Are you talking about radio, right?
Yeah, we talk about radio.
Okay, so co-hosting, the good thing about it for me is that I get other people's vibes and I'm able to jump off of their vibe as well, as much as they are able to jump off of mine. And so that's why if you have chemistry, especially on a show like ours, me, Vance and Sheila Solta, then it's very easy to allow the show to just flow. Now, when you're solo hosting, I started off radio, doing a syndicate show. I was recording it on Wednesday, and then it would play on Saturday. At times, I did have to do the show by myself. The worst part about it, I have to laugh at my own jokes, even if they're not funny. Yeah, I saw that guy. I have to literally talk to myself.
Yeah.
I have to laugh at my own jokes. I have to respond to myself. I ask a question, I respond to it myself. It's fun because no one knows you better than yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can yap on as long as you need to. But someone who's young in radio, I don't suggest it. If you're young in radio, I don't suggest you doing a show by yourself just yet. But it does develop your character in that field. But yeah, so both of them have their perks. But I don't mind doing a solo show.
Yeah.
It's as I am right now.
Which is crazy because when I started this podcast, I was starting it just by myself. I was just sit here and just talk to the camera, which I really understand. Like you have to push it. When I listen to myself, like I'm good at telling stories. I could tell you a story. But when I run out of stories, I really find myself like either boring. That's why I started doing like guests.
Yeah.
I could feed off your vibe. Like right now we're having a great conversation because I'm feeding off your vibe. But when I'm doing by myself, I tend to kind of just go low and my voice just goes down. And it's like I'm reading a funeral, whatever, memory or something like that.
I get you 100%. I get you.
Yeah. So I know we're going to talk about this actually later, but I'm still having it as a question. Would you rather do bar gigs or corporate events?
Corporate.
Oh, corporate. Okay.
So I used to do corporate kind of events. Some movie, what's it called? Movie premieres.
Yeah.
dinners and stuff. Those type of corporate, just very serious adulty type stuff. I used to do them because it was fun.
Yeah.
Now when I got to Uganda, that's when I took on the challenge. Let me get myself in some bars. Because Kenya, first of all, they have a lot. They don't do these MCs the way that these MC things the way that Uganda does them.
Okay.
You just have your DJs, maybe your 4 DJs, and maybe like a host who's the host of the night. But they're really just the host so that they can bring in the numbers. They're not really gonna touch the mic at any given moment.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
There's no hype man really. So it's just you listening to continuous DJing. But here in Uganda, I realized that this thing of putting on MC with a DJ in a bar throughout the night, it's a thing.
Yeah.
So I said, shoot, I was doing the corporate thing over there. Let me try my hand at this one. You know, let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
And my boss really pushed me at the time to do it as well and to get better at it. So yeah, I took on the challenge, man.
Yeah, I think yeah, I think both of them have their benefits, and I think I'll ask you more about the bar gigs when we get to that part. But
yeah,
podcasting or radio, and this is also something else that's gonna come back. But I'm gonna ask you this or that: podcasting or radio.
Podcast.
Okay. MCing or radio presenting.
Radio presenting.
Okay.
Radio presenting. MCing is just so. It's one-sided for me.
Okay.
You don't get both sides of me.
Yeah.
I can be with radio or a podcast. I can be both. I can be the hype, silly guy, and big energy, but at the same time with MCing, you don't get the serious side of me as well.
Yeah.
You just get this the hype, and it gets tiring as well. That's why even I stopped MCing.
Okay.
I stopped the bar gigs. I stopped the events as well.
It's draining.
It does get tiring as well.
Yeah.
And it's draining my energy that I can absolutely use in something that is more me. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Anyway, that was our this or that. I like that segment because it kind of helps you to get to know the person you're about to interview. We're not even in our main conversation part yet, but that's just getting out of the gate, straight out of the gate, get some conversation, get some good vibes. One of the first questions I want to ask you, was it an easy decision for you to say, okay, Kenya, peace out, I'm going to Uganda?
100%.
Yeah.
Easiest decision I've ever made in my life. I was already looking for something different by the time I was leaving. So when the opportunity presented itself, I said, this is God's calling. He's calling me to Uganda. Let's go. Pack my mama. Hold it down.
No, yeah. It seems like you really enjoyed Uganda and got on it quick, and you're an outgoing person. Like your personality is just like you cannot fail to you just get in the group and just it's like you knew these people like 10 years ago. Like we're having a conversation right now. Like you knew me for like 10 years ago, but like that's your personality. Like when you go to a new place, you just kind of just study right away. When we were doing the this or that, you dropped a name, DJ Vance. DJ Vance, I got an opportunity to meet him. He's like a brother to you. Just tell me your relationship with Vance and how you got to meet him the first time and how your relationship is right now.
So back in Kenya, actually, so my boss told me, yo, so we have, so of course everybody knows, NRG Radio is opening in Uganda as well. And so my boss was like, so we have the Ugandan team that are coming through. They'll be here for 1 week doing training. And so at that time, I was on a week off at NRG Kenya. I was already on my week off. And I was like, I don't even need to meet these guys like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll meet them in Uganda because at that time I already knew I was going to Uganda. You get? So I was like, I don't even need to meet them like that. I'll just meet them in, whatever, in Uganda. I don't know. I think on the last day that they were around, I guess they had been partying or they were going to the club or something. And so I went over to where they were staying at in Nairobi. And so I went to their apartment upstairs. I had met them downstairs in like the lobby and stuff. I went up to the apartment and it was me, Vance, DJ VX Faisal, and some other guys who were just chilling. We were Kajami right there, getting to know each other and, just talking about, the industry and everything and the new opportunity that has availed itself. But when I met Vance, he was like, we're gonna be doing a show together. I was like, really? He was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm DJ Vance. I'm like, okay. So who else are we gonna be doing this? He's like, we're gonna be doing it with Sheila Sota, but Sheila, I guess they had been partying as well, so they were tired. So I didn't even get to meet all these guys like for Sheila, Zions, and like really get to hang with them like that. I think I said hi to them or something. They just passed on. So anyways, but from the time when Vance came up to me, I think we clicked from there.
Yeah.
So like we just ever since. So they came back to Uganda. I came. Man, it was just from when I landed. Me and Vance just clicked, man, and also it was just like brotherhood from the get-go.
Right.
So Vance is always kind of taking care of me, even though like I'm older than him. It's like he's my older brother here. You know what I'm saying? He was really he takes care of me, makes sure I get home safe every day. He's like, I call him like my Uber driver, but I don't like doing it. It's a bit demeaning. But he takes care of me. The guy will even come to my house to pick me up because we're also neighbors, kind of. He just lives about 2 minutes away from my house. And so just brotherhood, man.
No, the reason why I asked you that, I usually tune in to listen to NRG, your show, and I watch the clips on social media and just see the connection between the two of you. When you use the word brother, it's like that's a definition of a brother. Like the way you guys connect, even when you're having a conversation, the way you guys mess with each other, like even when you ask a question, like you can just sense that connection and the energy and the way you guys love each other on the show. It's like a family with Salter, Vance, you, and even other people. Like, tell me about the other two. You name dropped them, Salter and Zion. Your relationship with them and how working with them.
So it's like I said, I didn't get to really hang with them in Nairobi, but when I got here, it was just instant. It was just like we formed like a clique. Us, me, Vance, what's it called? Etania, Zion. Like we were just, Faisal was there as well. So it was just like the energy transit and energy circle. We just became like maybe it was already like that well before I came, but we just clicked, all of us, and those were the people like I was able to get to know and became more like family by the time, very quickly actually. Me and Zion, we come from this, like we have this southern thing with us. Me and Zion, it's like southern brother and sister, you know what I mean? And there's only things that me and her can talk about or understand, and that's our point of like, clicking, and also that we just have the same energy between me and Zion, and it's the same for Sheila Sota. Automatically just clicked when we got here. She's like she's the queen of partying.
Queen of partying.
That one.
The queen of partying. Queen of the mic, Salter.
Oh, queen of the mic, queen of nyege, queen of partying, queen of making sure you have a good time. Yeah. That's the queen of energy, literally. Yeah. Man, she has a different type of energy, and I love her for that. So it was always just good energy, no fake-ish, if I can say that. Because you don't, especially in the entertainment industry, you can find a lot of fake. I've seen it myself. I've been in the entertainment industry for a long time. And so you can find a lot of people who are acting like but in real life, they just are hanging with you because of your status. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe they're hanging with you for a certain reason or this and that. But with this, you can tell it's just a family. Yeah. The things we do, the things we talk about, it's just,
It's even cool to just see your life outside radio. Like you guys are still like kicking it together. Like it's not just a work thing. We're done with work. Everybody goes on like your life still continues even outside work. I saw you guys celebrating her birthday together, doing all the stuff together and just heading over to her house, eat good food. That also pays back to the way you work, and we appreciate it as fans and listeners. So it's really cool to see. One thing I gotta say, I brought it up when she was on the podcast, the Shifura challenge. Yeah. The Shifura challenge. You did a thing, bro. Like
sometimes I act a bit too well. That's the problem. That's the problem. Shifura, that thing went like viral, bro. Everyone was calling me Shifura for some time. Yeah. Like it's like I don't even know where the idea came from. that I would sit on. I think it was Sheila's fault. Yeah, it's Sheila's fault. She was like, no. I'll be the guy. You come sit on my lap. I'm not sitting on your lap. And it was probably because she's engaged.
Right.
Yeah, so you said, no, you're sitting on my lap. So I was like, cool. Sat on her lap. And I played the part a bit too well. Even Shifura was probably like, is that me?
For real. I think that one, from the challenges itself, Shifura, that won it for me. And I remember my comment, I was like, I just mentioned your name and just laughed because I didn't even have words to say. You killed it, for real. You come to Uganda, you start a life in Uganda. I saw one of, you were emceeing somewhere. And before the emceeing, I think you shook hands with Bobby Wine and you said, Bobby Wine said, King Cobra, go crazy. And later on, I saw you like the energy was high. How was the moment like meeting Bobby Wine and just because I think that's the time you just came to Uganda and getting started.
That was actually at Navio's at 20 years. And that's when I was actually just getting started with my whole emceeing career. And so it was, I saw Bobby and I was like, is that, I asked somebody from work, I said, ain't this Bobby Wine sitting in the front? It's like, yeah, that's Bobby Wine. I got a content creator, one of our content creators from NRG. I said, follow me with the phone. I need to go say hi to Bobby Wine and I need to document this because this is a special moment for me. And so I went, and I think this was before I even went on stage. I just went. I told the content creator, stay over here on this side because I can see his security is right over here. So make sure you zoom or something. Don't be visible. Stand here. So anyways, I go and I'm like, I come in peace. Come in peace. And then so I went and started with Dax Vibes. I went down the line and then I ended up at Bobby Wine. So by the time I was going to shake Bobby Wine's hand, I guess his security saw the content creator recording. Yeah. Oh man, I told, and I just looked and I said, bro, under my breath, I said, didn't I tell you to move? Stay over there. It's like, no, I had to get a better angle. And so the security, so I said hi to Bobby One. Bobby One was like, yo, yeah, it's like, nice to meet you, man. Yeah, I've seen you. Like, it's like, nice to see you. Nice to see you. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I've got enough energy to go on stage and kill it. You know what I'm saying? And then so as soon as I'm walking away, the security's like, he puts his hand on my shoulder and he's like, come here. So I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, is that guy with you? I looked back and I was about to say, I don't even know who that man is. But I told him, yeah. So he was just recording a video. He said, bring the phone here. So the guy looked at the video and then Bobby was just like, it's okay. Leave it. I was like, hey, that's my guy. Thank you so much. I said, I'm going to post it too. I hope it's okay. He's like, don't worry, my boy. It's cool.
Was that Deliverance? Was he the one catching is his name Deliverance? The guy who's...
Oh man, Deliverance? No, he wasn't Deliverance. Deliverance knows how to do the job correctly. Yeah. He knows how to stay, Chinya Maji behind the bush. Right. This other guy was big and proud at the wrong time. Yeah.
No, I saw that. It was a really cool moment. And after that, you get on the stage and just do a backflip right away. The energy was up in 100.
It was too crazy at Navio's 20 years, man. And yeah. So I thank Bobby Wine for giving me that, go ahead, you do your thing.
Right. No, that was a special moment. I follow you on social media and I really follow like what people post, what they caption. You're king of captions. I really respect captions. Like I could look at a picture, but the caption gives all the meaning. But this one, there was a picture you posted on your social media.
Yeah.
And you used the song Dreams in the background. I love that song by Joshua Baraka.
Yeah,
it tells my story, and I think I've told Joshua this before, like when I've used it, even like winning the awards and stuff. It tells my story. What was it for you when you used that song in the picture about your own journey?
Wow, that's a nice question right there. First of all, I say because first of all, I am a huge Joshua Baraka fan when it comes to his music, man. And I tell him all the time, bro, you the king of this, bro. Like you the future. Like I'm a big supporter. I remember first hearing the first Joshua Baraka song. I was in the shower listening to a playlist on Spotify. Joshua Baraka, one of Joshua's like older songs. I think it came out like it was one of his EPs, the one that's yellow or something. So I was listening to it and I said, who's this shorty? She know how to sing. I got soapy hands. I just opened the shower curtain. I was like, who's this? I look and it's Joshua Baraka. And I was like, damn, this guy knows how to sing. And at that time, I already knew I knew of Joshua, you know? And so that song, Dreams, that came out, how does it go? It's like, like there's the way he sings in the lyrics of the song is like, now I'm on TV.
Yeah.
You get, Mom, look, I'm on TV.
Small town hero.
I'm doing,
right
from zero.
You
get me? It's like, see me.
Yeah.
But it's the first verse that really captures it. I don't remember the lyrics properly, but that it captures kind of my journey as well. Just the same way you're saying, like it really shows and represents the journey that you've had as well.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, mama, look, see me now. I'm on TV now. Like, and so I had to use that on the and I think the photo was me on stage. One of the photos was me on stage or something of the sort. Yeah. I think it was actually for Davido's concert, I think.
Yeah, that was a dope song by Joshua Baraka, and like every child, every person out there who has worked their butt off, who knows their journey, that song really tells their story. And shout out to Joshua Baraka. That was a song. That's a song for. And I think one time I said this song is for me. Like you made this song for me. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Like I told you, the captions. I'm big on captions. I like captions. One time you made there's this caption. Hopefully you'll remember it. They say Uganda is nice. Even a fool can survive. You never explained it. Like, what did you mean?
So there's a Snapchat sound. That says, Uganda is very nice. He's like, Uganda is so nice. Even a fool can survive. And I said, that's true. I came here as a fool and I survived. I'm surviving. Yeah. And so I related with it so much. And then so I was like, man, really, like a fool can survive. Like, what do I know? And I just moved to this country, no family. I don't know anything about this country. I didn't know about the potholes in the road. That was a shocker. I didn't know about the potholes.
Yeah.
I came here. I was foolish to the potholes. I just go there. I drive someone's car. Now I have to fix the car.
You see why they planted banana leaves in the potholes? Like,
yeah. I saw that yesterday for the first time, actually. No, don't put banana leaves. Fix it.
Yeah.
And there was even a video I did when I first got here to Uganda. It's on NRG still, I think, where I went outside and I said, you know what? I'm going to help this country. I went and collected dirt and stones and started filling the potholes myself.
That's some dedication. that's some dedication right there. I like that. We're gonna kick out. You have a lot of funny and like deep funny captions that you use. This one was I think you have a rule. Rule 103. Take everything as it comes. Assumptions take you down a road you have no business being on. I read that. It hit me like, oh yeah. Some of the times when we deal with things is just assuming something that you don't know. It's true. And then you get pissed and then you get angry and then you go that. Like we're not gonna end there if you didn't assume. That's how I took it. But what was your mind when you wrote that rule?
That was I'm trying to remember. If I can remember the picture, I put it underneath because they usually go together. If I can remember the picture. Yeah. So anyways, if I can remember that picture, I don't remember, but that rule is very nice. I like that rule. And usually what happens is I don't go to Google. You know, a lot of people go to Google to find their captions and stuff. I don't necessarily do so. I like to write it directly from the heart and what I'm feeling at that moment. So if I wrote rule number 103, that means, yeah, there was there was something that was irritating me maybe at that time.
Right.
That I had to write that out. Cause I don't like, I'm not the type of person to go off on social media and start ranting. No. Definitely not. I'm the type of person to go, I sit down, reflect how I'm feeling, go through my emotions. Then I'm like, okay, are you satisfied? Are you okay? Are you done ranting within yourself? I'm like, okay, yeah, I am. And now I'll go. And then it'll be as if it's a lesson for myself.
Right.
But I'm putting it out there to the world as well. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I like that. I think that's the same way I look at things. Like I find something to teach me a lesson or to teach the other person a lesson. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'll just find something to help me or help the other person who is reading it. That's how I look at it. Yeah.
We're too alike, Bunny. You're like, what, bro? I wish you were here in Uganda. Like,
I know,
so,
man.
Hey, man, come on.
I know, man.
You would be hanging.
In August this year, you got an opportunity to spend time with the artists with the Swans Avenue when they were doing their now released album, the All-Star album. Again, I get all these things because I'm a fan. I like your work. I like what you do. I follow you.
Thank you.
Also doing my own research on things you do. And we were talking about Joshua Baraka. Joshua Baraka happened to be part of that trip too. What was the experience like for you? And there is one picture I wanted to share it with you, but I forgot. I took a screenshot. You guys were standing.
Yeah.
I think they were producing a song. You were standing with the artist on the back. I'm like, what is Sean Preezy thinking right there? You see things like, oh man, I wish I was an artist. Oh man, well, do you remember that picture? You were standing, I think, next to like Elijah or Joshua or some, and you guys were looking at the screen.
I remember.
What was going through your head in that moment?
So what this so NRG and Swangs Avenue had this collabo of the All-Star album. And yes, NRG Radio funded a lot of the album as well. And so we were working very close together. So I had the opportunity to go to Zanzibar now with the artist. And so my job there was to, of course, do content for NRG Radio. But at the same time, because my work knows I'm an artist already, I'm a musician. Even coming into NRG, everyone knew I was a musician.
Okay.
And so they said this would be a perfect opportunity for Sean to maybe develop his art, and or maybe it's to do a song and have a song on the album as well. So in that exact moment, I was probably thinking about how I would go on the song.
Right.
Because a lot of times when we were there inside that room, because there was a room that was set up as a studio, and where all the artists were able to bring these creative juices and just let them flow. Doesn't matter what, like, everybody, doesn't matter what your occupation is there at Swangs or NRG Radio. If you have an idea, give us the idea.
Yeah.
You get, that's the type of openness and transparency that was inside that room. And so I was probably sitting there thinking, no, I think that I would do this or I would do that. And then I was probably a bit too shy because bro, being in a room full of artists who are very established, and also on top, like, you guys do this every day. This is your job. What am I saying? This is your job. It's like someone coming to the radio station and saying, Sean, I like the link that you just did, but do it like this. But they have zero experience in radio.
Yep.
So I was like, let me just shut up. Let me just keep this thing inside my head. Yeah, these are artists, man. These guys do this for a living. And so there was many moments like that, but they really encouraged me several times to jump on a mic.
Yeah.
And so that was quite an experience, man.
No, that picture, actually, the way you describe it, I'm going to put it in here when I'm editing this and people will see, because you could see just your face is like, yeah. And it's funny you say that because earlier you said, Bonnie, we are like, you should. And when you say those things, like, I may not be a musician, but like when I'm in a room of people doing things I really like, I start thinking about, what could I have done? Or how could I have done this? How could I have solved this? Like, that's what my head is always like thinking. Like, I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
And even like watching other people's podcasts, like when I listen to them, how could I have asked that question? How could I have done this? You know, like that's what my head is like. And it's pretty cool to hear you say that that's what like actually you were thinking about, because that's how my life is. I always like to be better, to change myself and use the people that are better than me to use the lesson to be better.
That's why you're a wealthy man.
He's lying. There's another clip on your social media of you. You work with a lot of people who are DJs. DJ Vance, DJ Itania, DJ who. You were trying to pretend like you were a DJ and you're asking people, what name would you be? Have you ever considered to be a DJ? Is this something you're considering to add on to your arsenal?
And then a lot of people still at NRG. So they ask me all the time, Sean, when are you starting your DJ career? So back when, like one day, I just said, Vance, how do you use this thing, bro? There's so many buttons. There's this, there's that. Like, you're a pilot.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not even that hard, bro. It's very simple. Let me show you. And when he said, let me show you, he actually did show me. It wasn't just like, let me show you. And then like, just giving me nonsense. No, he actually showed me how to DJ, how to mix the songs, how to listen for cues, how to work these things, blah, blah, blah. And so I started practicing. He started to allow me to, practice with his laptop and his decks.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got better and better and better. And then, so guys would be walking into the NRG studio where we actually do our show and be seeing me at the decks and be like, or they wouldn't say anything. They'll just they sit down, or maybe they just be chilling like, oh, Sean, how are you doing it?
Yeah.
Then I would transition to a song or something, or I'll do something. Then they're like, who taught you this? I'm like, I'm dabbling in my DJ. Come on, this is nothing new.
Yeah.
King Cobra.
Yeah.
So I actually do know how to, if I wanted to be a DJ and I wanted to start, I could at least start. I have the starter kit, basically.
Yeah.
VX Faizo is the one who showed me how to mix. Not mix, what's it called? Scratch.
Okay.
So I know how to scratch a little bit. I know how to mix the songs. And so even another time I was at Faizo took me to another party that he was DJing at. It was a birthday party. There was all types of celebrities there, man. It was like even Lydia Jasmine guys were there. There was like a whole bunch of big prominent people.
Mm-hmm.
And Faisal left for a second and to go, I don't know where. And he was the DJ DJing. I just said, I think the Hennessy had been kicking or something. The Hennessy was lying to me. It gave me some extra boost of confidence. And I said, let me get behind these decks.
Yeah.
So I got behind the decks and I started playing. I think I was playing some hip hop. I saw people actually dancing. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. I transitioned to the next song. So they're like, oh, this is my song. I started playing. Y'all stop it. As soon as that happened, I messed up. Faisal came back. Hey, what are you doing? Move. But for that moment, that was my glory moment. I said, I can actually do this thing, but it's not my passion.
Right.
So even if I started, I wouldn't go all the way with it.
If you ended up doing it, would you go with DJ King Cobra or will you come up with another name in case it happened?
I always told people, I think if I was to do it, I would just keep King Cobra because people already gotten used to that name from my emceeing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably just keep it. But now, thinking about it, like just my name isn't bad.
Right.
Sean Preezy.
Yeah. King Cobra.
I don't want to be called DJ.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So I go from like the host always doing the most to the DJ with the next play. I don't know.
Yeah.
You get, so I'll figure something out. So I'll just be evolving as this Sean Preezy character.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Did you get King Cobra when you were in Uganda or you came with it from Kenya?
So I have to thank Galaxy FM for that one.
Oh. Shout out Galaxy.
I was just telling somebody the other day. We was at Love Fest. I was hosting Love Fest for Palazzo.
Okay.
And I was on stage and the DJ played what's that song called? The dancehall song that goes with the girl with the big bum bum. What is
big bum?
Something like that. No, it's like I want to see the girl with the big something like that, right?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
And I said, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. The girl with the big bum. Something. Okay, so anyways, I told the DJ, wait, Wait. I'm new in Uganda, and if there's one thing that Ugandan women have is big bamba.
Yeah.
Bundesliga. And so I said, it's time to put it to the test. Let's see who has the biggest bunda.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was looking out and I said, if you know your friend has the biggest bunda in this place, make sure that you point to her. There was a madam just there in the front of the stage. All her friends like, this one, choose this one. So I was like, turn around.
360.
I said, "Hooey, this is the POV from this angle. Come." So I pulled her up on the stage like this, and the security helped me. I said, "Thank you very much." I don't even know how they lifted that bunda. It was big. So, anyways, got up on stage, and the girl just went crazy. The DJ played the song. Wow, went crazy, and I was just looking, and I was like, I can't. At that time, I was like, those like big bumps really confused me. And so I just went and I started dancing with her in front of everybody. It was there. Buck it up. Of course, we have our beautiful friends at Galaxy FM who like posting crazy,
they do
type of revealing pictures on social media. Where shameful.
I just seen some from Nyege Nyege. They posted them yesterday. I'm like, what's the goal of this? Like,
Bro.
why?
That's what they thrive off of, that type of content. And they post it immediately it happens. And it's something. So it happened, and underneath in the caption, they said something like, there he strikes the hungry, unruly King Cobra. So I said, you know what? Letter. Give it to me. You brought it, I'll eat it. Ate that thing up. Hungry, unruly. I changed my bio. Hungry, unruly King Cobra. I went everywhere. So people started calling me King Cobra from that time.
That's a way to use something that was meant to be negative to you and use the positive way and just go with it. And actually it works. And
I said, let's go.
It's a trademark. So like that's pretty good. That's
you know what
good.
I mean?
That's pretty good. Anyway, it's crazy talking to you, having fun with this conversation, and I hope the listeners are going to enjoy this one, learn a thing or two, enjoy the good vibe. We're here with Sean Preezy, King Cobra, the unruly. This year, and this is a part where I wanted to have a conversation with you about this too. You posted something that goes, in 2022, in my room in Nairobi, Kenya, I create a vision board of what my next 2 years should look like. It's now 2024 on the biggest stage in Kampala. And I honestly say what you see in these pictures is exactly what I envisioned. Visualizing your life is the only way of becoming who you want to be. I think that day you were the pictures on that where you were hosting with Zion. I don't remember what the event was. What was the moment?
Oh, that was the Davido concert.
That was the Davido concert. What was the moment like for you writing this? And I'm gonna get into you making the decision to stop it, but I just want to focus on that moment right now when you wrote the caption on those pictures.
Shoot, that one it was very emotional for me, actually. It was very emotional because you see, one of the biggest things in my life is I've always like had a sense that I need to be on stage. Like I need to be on stage. Like I need to put I don't know how I'm going to get on stage. I don't know how I'm going to get that platform. I don't know how I'm going to, my vision board, let me first start with my vision board, what it had on it. My vision board was written 2022. Big things over here. It was my wallpaper. I put it on my wallpaper on my laptop because I worked on my laptop a lot. And so it was 2022. On this side, I had like a house, a nice furnished house over there on that side. In the middle, I think it was Kanye on a big stage. And these are actual images, by the way. It's vision board, like actual images. I got from Google. I think it was Kanye's concert or something. He was there standing on stage with the mic, and there was just like a whole bunch of people. There was also over there guy working out doing pull-ups. There was also a Bible at the bottom with a guy doing meditation, like what's it called, prayer, on the word, on the what's it called, on the vision board as well. There was a mic, and so with these 5 images that I put, I didn't know how to type out the plan. You get me? I didn't know how to write out the plan because I didn't know how I was gonna get to that plan. You know what I mean? But I put it there as a way for me to visualize that this is what I want for the next 2 years, by the next 2 years. And by the way, I gave myself 2 years only. I said, if it doesn't happen in 2 years, will it ever happen? And so with that in mind, it was now in 2024, I looked at the picture I was about to post of me on stage, even with the one with Zion. I was about to post it. And then it brought back that vision board, even though that laptop was destroyed. It got lost in whatever. So I don't have that laptop. But the vision board stayed in my mind. Right. It's still here. But as I'm posting that picture, it reminded me of the vision board. As I was looking at the picture, and I said, 2 years later, I'm on the biggest stage here in Uganda. Not even in Uganda, many countries around East Africa. People traveled all from Kenya, people traveled from just to come see Davido right here, right now. And I'm on this stage hosting this thing. Yeah. And so it was emotional for me typing that up because it was like, God, you saw me, you've seen me through. I envisioned it and it came to life. I didn't even write out a plan. Right. Literally, I didn't write out a plan. Didn't write out goals. I just knew I need to be on stage. I need to be, by that time, in 2 years, I need to at least be in the gym with a regiment, working out. I need to be back in my word. I need to be, I need to have a house of my own because at that time I was still staying with I had moved back in with my mom during those COVID times. So it was, I was in my bedroom at that time and I was like, you know what? I need to have my own place. Right. That's nice and spacious. I need to have it looking like this is my space. You know what I mean? So the fact that every single one of those things I'm able to tick off was quite emotional and pleasing to me, knowing that I could actually do it, even without writing out a plan. Maybe if I wrote out a plan, it would have come sooner. But at the same time, visualizing it was the key for me.
No, I think the reason why I picked those words, and this goes back to the purpose of my podcast, is to highlight somebody's achievement and to inspire another child. That's my goal with this. Oh no, we're gonna laugh with it, we're gonna make jokes here, we're gonna do that. But at the end of the day, I want somebody to learn something from it. And for me, when I read those words, it just hit me home. It's like, man, this guy, like, I know how it feels like. I've been on my own journey. Like, you see where you came from. Like, bro, I know I just touched a little bit on when I was on the radio, when I told you, oh, I'm an aircraft mechanic. And then I just went on with my other conversation. But back in Uganda, I'd never been on any airplane. I've never flown anywhere, but that's what I wanted to do. And to see myself in the US now working on private jets, like these guys, the rich guys bring their planes, I touch them, I sit in them, like that's like a visioning and like a dream. So for me, when I read that caption, and I don't want to make this podcast about me, but just to show you how I connected to these words that you wrote here, and to send them to another child out there who is listening or who is watching this podcast today. It's inspiring, and thanks for sharing that. But in the same year, 2024, you put Mike to a pause. You put up a post, and then you say, okay, I'm pausing. I don't know if you use pausing or stopping, but you put a pause on emceeing, on bar gigs and stuff. What led you to that decision, to make the decision?
So, like I said, when I got to Uganda, I put it as a challenge for myself to see if I can get on the big stages, if I can give my energy to the people, a different type of energy that is not maybe even common, So that was just my goal, and that was the challenge for me. And now there was a few elements to me actually taking a step back. One of them being that you see, okay, first of all, like it was already, it served its purpose in my life. It served its purpose. I've been on Love Fest stage Palazzo. That when I just came Navio at 20 years, that's huge. I've been on Davido, Davido stage. I've been on King Mighty stage. I've been on like it's the list is endless. I've done a lot while I'm here.
Right.
And it's honestly by God's favor and by God's grace that I've been able to do so and see my dreams come true doing what I challenged myself to do. But it's so it served this purpose. But then also what I realized here in Uganda is that when you know your value and you know the value that you bring, it is intimidating to people.
That's right.
Because first of all, maybe they don't know their value and they're being undermined. And so they're like, this guy knows his value. Let's try undermine him as well. Let's try giving him or putting him in the same place as these other people that don't know their value. You get what I'm saying? So it was quite tough for me to try and make people, if you don't see my value, I don't even need to talk to you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't even need, there's no reason that we should be sitting here and having a conversation if you don't see the value I'm giving you and the value you're giving me. And we meet middle ground. Instead, you're trying to undermine my work or my value that I do have. And so it's that was also another factor that made me say, you know what, I'm giving it up. Because I'm not one of these, I'm not these people who don't know themselves. No, I'm not.
No. I
don't do anything in my life for money. No. Oh, I don't do it for money.
Yeah.
Nothing I do in my life is for money. Even I can, if I don't have any passion for what I'm doing anymore, even if it's radio, the one that pays my salary, the one that gives me a platform, if it doesn't give me any more value, I'll quit. It doesn't matter what it may be in my life. I'll quit. I'll just put it down. And so for me, the stage, and that was another factor as well. It served its purpose. I think that also the industry needs to widen their mind as well when it comes to that. And also now it's time for me to realign my focus and also step back and be able to have guys miss me from the stage, because I'm not, like I said in my thing, and Ugandans, I don't know if you guys read the first part and went and said, oh, Sean is done with Uganda. Bro, read the whole thing.
Right.
You guys, you learned in school, you need to read and get the reference and get to the end and then be able to judge off of that. But they didn't read the whole thing. They said, Sean is leaving Uganda. Oh, Sean is done with radio. So anyways, there was a lot of questions with that. But I said at the end is that I'm coming back to the stage. This is not the end of it. Right. I still have the mic in my hand and I'm still coming back to stage. But how I'm coming back to stage is going to be a bit different from what you guys have seen already. So that doesn't mean I'm done with stage, is it? Yeah, that's so.
Yeah.
Now I have to take a break from stage so that you guys can kind of miss me, if that can make sense.
Taking a break is nice. It could be a good thing for you as a person to analyze, look at what you've done. What can I do? And like you said, you coming back better than what we've seen. It gives you the time to reflect on what you've done already and what you could improve, what you could do. It's good for a creator. It's good for anybody to take a break and pause. For me personally, what I thought, and many people have their own thinking or judgment on what you did, or maybe this, maybe that, maybe this. Leading up to that, you were releasing some videos which were teaching, which were personal reflection. You did one video about Jonah. I watched the whole thing. I think it was like 6 minutes of that. Like,
yes, it was 6 minutes.
It was Jonah. The whole thing. I listened to it. I watched it, and you were talking about when you have a purpose you had to serve, but then you diverge, you go to this, you go to that. And then following that, you release another one, fighting the battles within yourself. And so for me, in my own, as a follower, making assumptions, that's what I thought, like, hey, these videos add up to him taking a break from this. Maybe was emceeing causing diversion in his life? Was he called to serve a different purpose, that he's doing something different? Was that that's what I was thinking. But now that I got an opportunity to hear from you or take it from you, and maybe there's a lot of other people out there who are thinking like that, was that part of it or was not?
Definitely a big part of it. So I know So people always strive to understand what their purpose here on this earth is. And I think everyone does that. Everyone does that. Like, you're trying to figure out, what was I placed on this earth to do? And for me, myself, I feel privileged to understand that a bit better than I did before. Before, I was really just seeing where I can put my foot. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Get the experience. Understand this, understand that. But when you understand a bit better where your focus is supposed to be, you're able to cancel the other stuff out, move it to the side.
Mm-hmm.
This can come later. As for now, I know I'm driven for this purpose. And so, as like I was saying in that one for Jonah, I was given that revelation a bit earlier. I think it was back in 2022 or 2021 rather. Yeah, it was 2021. I was given the blueprint kind of how it's supposed to look. It was revealed to me, but I didn't do anything with it. And even I was doing something with it, but then I put it to the side. Yet I was supposed to continue doing something with it instead of putting it to the side and put everything else on the side. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now it was like, in the video I say it's like a chiboko side.
Yeah, chiboko.
Now
Yeah.
you keep on messing, like you're missing the mark. You're literally missing the mark. It's like God giving you a chiboko, like you're missing the mark. This is where I want you to go. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you keep going back this way. And so there's a lot of decisions or choices I had to make to be able to now, for my own sake, to focus and align myself with that purpose. Even though I don't know it fully and where it's going to go, I know I have to start in this place to be able to go to the next step. Then from there, I can know I am not supposed to go to the next step. I don't know the whole vision, how it's supposed to look until the end, the destination. I just know I'm supposed to be obedient to that, to understanding that this is where I'm supposed to go and go without, like it says, walking by faith and not by sight.
Yeah, yep, for real.
Yeah.
I think it's cool to see those inspiration videos and using our platforms for something like that. It's a lesson for everybody. So to me personally, like, I was inspired by what you just shared, and for me that's why I added 2 and 2 together and then led to that. But no, it's pretty cool, and for me, I support taking a break and just do it on your own pace, not what people think. It's just what you think is right for you and for your plans and decisions. So anyway, that leads me to, in June, actually, we talked about this before I had you on the podcast, but back in June, you said you were welcoming a new month of July, and you said, as the mental health wraps up, let's remember that the conversation does not end here. Excited to soon share something special, a space where these important discussions will continue and grow. Introducing the Gentleman's Room.
Yeah.
I didn't know this before you shoot me a text about something that we wanted to talk about on the podcast, but this is something that's really cool. This is something that's really beneficial for the man and for mental health. And today, I don't know when this episode is going to release, but this morning I read something on X and it was disturbing. It was about, I don't know if you know Romantic Mochiga, Emeka. He's a comedian in Uganda. He's on X. He does MC weddings and stuff. And they were doing those anonymous messages on social media where you send a question, but it hides your name or something.
Your name.
And somebody said, Romantic Mochiga is struggling with mental issues. He has been seeing my sister, a psychiatrist, for 2 years now. And he just put it out there on X. I woke up to that this morning, and I have Emeka's number. I hit him up on WhatsApp. I was like, hey, bro, I just seen this news on X, and it's blowing up everywhere. And I told him, I love you. I appreciate you. I see the work you do. Even if he's struggling with mental health, it's not mental issues. It's not something you can just put out there. He's doing it. If he wanted, he would have put it there. But this person, whatever social account that was, they put it out there. And I hit him up. I say, hey, I appreciate you. You're a great guy. You're a great man, whatever you do. And just to encourage him, because I read the comments and somebody was saying like, I think it was something about family stuff, and somebody was going back and forth. You never know what somebody's going through unless they tell you that, so you can't make the judgment. So I hit him up. I was like, and he said, I've never been in my shoes to even think about the person who brought you to this earth could make you go through something like that. So there was something big to that. But me, I didn't want to focus that. I just wanted to remind him that he is loved and what he does. But that told me today that there's a lot of things that men go through and things like that like pop up, which this is a good platform that you're trying to bring. But in your own opinion, what made you want to start this platform and why you bring it out to the world?
First of all, thank you so much. That's very inspiring to hear one man go to another man and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about you. You're loved." Not everyone has that friend, that brother, that person to be able to even step out. People sometimes you don't even have a parent to be able to say that you're loved. And that coming from another fellow man is absolutely encouraging. And so thank you for that. It takes a lot to also do that as well and step out of it. Maybe it's your comfort zone, maybe it's not your comfort zone, but it's very encouraging and inspiring to do so. So big up on that one. But also back in 2021, now this is the purpose. I was given, I say God gives me this thing because I wouldn't have done it myself. Trust me. If like with my mentality that I had at that time, I've always been a caring person, by the way. Always cared about people's emotions and feelings, how they've been. Like I care about people generally, me, myself. But at that time, I wasn't in a place where I thought that me could open or have a platform that men and that can come out and speak freely, or even me to a point I care so much about a fellow man's feelings that I would put a platform so that they can come speak and we have a conversation about it. Because this stuff I've always thought that you do in private. You don't do these things publicly. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like if my brother Dwayne, even who's here, we have conversations all the time about things that are pertain to the struggles we have as men. We talk about them all the time. But do I want to go and start a podcast about it? Hell no. You know what I mean? Yeah. So why I say God gave me that is because I didn't have that interest to do that. But it was something he put on my heart to create. So that was in 2021. And I came out with Gentleman's Room. It was like everything was just downloaded into me to of the foundation of it. And so after that, I just continued with my own life, forgetting about that. I've been given this assignment to start this podcast. And it goes beyond it. Like it goes beyond, like, people think it's just like, oh, it's just men whining, you're supposed to be a protective provider, blah, 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 this, that. And it goes beyond that label or that pedestal you guys have, or rather society puts men at. We are humans and we have feelings, we have emotions, we have minds, we have wills, we have souls, we have spirits, we have bodies, we have everything, just as a human would have. We are regular human beings and we all have those emotions, but do men get to express them? We've been taught not to express those things. It's meant keep it in, bottle it in. You're supposed to go to work. You're supposed to make money. You're supposed to be rich. You're supposed to take care of your family. You're supposed to have this. You're supposed to do that. You don't have time to sit down and reflect on your own life and understand the emotions that you're going through. And so when God gave me that thing, I didn't understand why he's giving it to me. What are you giving me? I have enough to deal with on my own plate. I don't want to do this. Right. Then I got to start caring about, like I said, I'm a caring person, but I got to start worrying about other people as well. And so I just put it to the side. I'm like, how am I supposed to host something like this? Yes, I'm a radio host, but how do I host something like this? This is too deep for me. You get what I'm saying? I haven't told my mom about it. She's like, that's a very nice thing that you have going on there. Yeah. Years went by. And this is now 2024, 3 years later, and this thing is still on my heart. That's how I know. Yeah. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. This is the route I'm supposed to go to. So anyways, at that time, there was a lot I went through. 2022, 2023, still on my heart. 2024, until now. When I got to Uganda, we have this place, we have NRG Radio on 4th floor.
Mm-hmm.
We have this place called Zone Media Hub on the 2nd floor. My boss decided to make a content hub at 2nd floor. I don't know if you were able to pass through there while you're in Uganda.
Yeah, I've seen it.
The way I envisioned it back in 2021, when I walked into that content hub, it was ringing a bell. Like, this is it. Like, this is the setup of the gentleman's room. We're gonna have to set up here. We're gonna find a way to do this at Zone Media Hub. It's gonna have to happen. This is it. I even called my mom. I'm like, Mom, look, this is the exact place where I envisioned. And even through 2021 to 2024, it's like my heart has been growing for my fellow men to allow them to also speak out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen so many of my friends, like, not so many, but there's my friends and mutual friends who are men who have decided to take their own lives.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping off what's it called? Buildings, yeah. It's like you get what I'm saying? Like, there's people, like, these guys are going through serious mental issues and mental health issues. And I think God allowed me to see these things to happen so that this type of compassion can be put on my heart to be able to help somebody out there. Help, even if it's just a word. I remember my boys, we went to Alchemist on like a Tuesday. Alchemist is a place in Westlands. And this story stays on my heart because it reminds me that we do need a platform like this. And even if it's there, maybe it's somewhere else. Maybe it's in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows anything about Thailand right now? I'm here in Uganda. I'm in East Africa. There are men here who needs a podcast or a platform like this to be able to speak out and to be able to know that we're not going through these things alone. So anyways, we went on a Tuesday. And on a Tuesday, but I don't even know why we passed through there. Why did we even pass through there that time? Anyways, we passed through there and we went. So we saw one of my boys, Andre. And Andre was just one of our boys. Every time we link up, it's always, fun. It's always having fun. Smiles, laughs, drinks, babes. Yeah. Oh. Never these deep conversations. Anyways. We left Alchemist, went home. I think I went to a friend's house or something of the sort, right? Or I went home. I don't remember exactly the details. But the guy, I wake up in the morning, I go to my phone, I see R.I.P. Andre on social media. I'm like, R.I.P. The guy was playing pool at Alchemist last night. We even passed by and said hi to the boy. R.I.P. Andre. R.I.P. Andre across my social media. I'm like, what in the world? I just was with Andre. I go to my phone. I call people up. I'm like, yo, what happened to Andre? It's like, we don't know yet. Later on, I find out he was there chilling. After Alchemist, he went to his, I don't know if his girlfriend's house or whatever, the after party on a Tuesday. They're there sitting, drinking, having a good time. Andre got up and he said, I'm going to go to the kitchen. Do you guys want anything to drink? No, we're good. Cool. Andre's gone for 30 minutes. Andre's gone for 1 hour. Girlfriend's like, didn't Andre just go to the kitchen to go get something to drink? Let me go check on Andre. Goes to the kitchen. Andre's not there. Where's Andre? He maybe went out for a smoke. Okay, they sat down. 3 hours later, 4 hours later, Andre, where's Andre? So they know he used to like to go up to the rooftop to go smoke and chill, maybe think his own things up on the rooftop. So the girlfriend went upstairs. Girlfriend goes upstairs, doesn't see Andre. Something just tells her, look down from the top of the building. Does she see Andre at the floor? And that really just crushed me. That crushed me.
Mm-hmm.
Andre, and we found out later on that Andre had a lot of mental issues. Like, he was struggling. He was really struggling. And R.I.P. Andre. But that story sticks with me because what? Men are going through things, man.
Right.
Men are going through things. Women are, not to say women aren't going through things, but men are going through things, especially with this place that we've been held up in society.
Mm-hmm.
knowing that we're not supposed to go through our emotions. We're not supposed to do this and that. So I came up with this podcast with Andre in mind and people like Andre in mind.
Yeah.
Knowing that we have to create something that we can talk to each other, whether it has to be by force.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna force this content into your face so that you know this is a place that is safe.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk as boys. Back in the day, I know the cavemen used to sit around the campfire talking about, but they were talking about what they could do throughout their day.
Yeah.
Talking about more than just women, more than just what are we doing this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Life isn't about what we're doing this weekend. It's how are you, man?
Right. Oh,
what are you up? What's going on inside there? What's in your heart, bro?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm glad I have brothers like my brother Dwayne here, like my brother Junior, his brother as well, that we're able to have these real conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think I would have anybody else. Maybe God will send me somebody else, but I'm glad Dwayne and Junior are here so I can have those conversations. But the fact is, not everyone has that opportunity.
Right.
Let me be your big brother. Let me be your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Let me be someone you can talk to. So that's why I'm starting the Gentleman's Room, and that's why it's going to be coming out quite soon. So I want everyone to look out for that. And it's not just for gentlemen, it's for ladies as well. Your man is being shaped inside this room.
Right.
We're shaping this, or rather, it's not us who shape, but he's gaining knowledge on how to be a better man in society, a better man for himself, a better man to you, baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
So watch the podcast.
You hear that? It's a very good idea, and we don't talk about it a lot because you say it. I don't even want to repeat everything you said because we are meant like in this society looks at us as we're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be men. When they see a man cry, he's weak. He's what, blah, blah. But we sit with those things. And I have a friend too who took his life. I played soccer with him. He was a goalie. Man. And it was just about a goal. And he just took his life. He overdosed. And I was like, man, this guy, he was a friend of mine. And he just gone like that. But I really appreciate that. And you coming out on this platform to create that. We're here for all the support and to support you on this journey. Yeah. We need to get it together with our fellow men and build each other up and uplift each other. Because we gotta do it ourselves in this. Yeah. But anyway, Sean Preezy, I don't want DOP to kick us out of his studio, but we still got time. But it was great. I could talk to you like for hours and hours, but I know the listeners.
I'm telling you,
the listeners are gonna be like, "Oh my God, it's so long." But no, people are gonna really enjoy this because the stuff we talked about. It's amazing to sit down with you and have this conversation. Definitely, this is an open space. Any day you have something on the chest you want to pull out, you hit me out. Say, "Hey, Bonnie, put me on. I got something to say to the world."
Thank you.
So, like, just hit me up, text me. But anyway, I have another segment called Rapid Fire. This rapid fire, I got 5 questions for you. You're going to just give me the first answer that comes in your head.
Okay.
What's the first song you would play to hype out a crowd?
Any song or Ugandan?
Any song. Like, if you want to hype out a crowd, what's the one song you tell the DJ, hey, DJ Vance, play this song?
Yeah. What's this one? Get it sexy.
Yeah.
Hey, get it sexy.
Sexy Red.
They like that Sexy Red. Trust me, they like that. Get it sexy. They like that one. Yeah, I would play that one.
What's your favorite Kenyan dish?
Ooh, this one's a hard one. It's between ugali and skuma as one plate or githeri, the one where they have the maize mixed with the beans.
That's the Kalenjin for you, baby. Githeri.
Yeah, githeri.
That's good.
Tell these people, they always make fun of me eating githeri. There's a Kenyan restaurant next to my office. I eat githeri all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what is this you're eating now?
Yeah, githeri.
You don't understand, but Bonnie does.
Githeri. Do you also drink what do you call it? The milk that's fermented milk. How's the Kalenjin call it?
Mursik.
Mursik, yeah. Unakunywanga mursik? Hey.
Staki.
Hey.
Siwezi. I think I'm even lactose intolerant. Because that day I tasted that thing. The toilet fell to me.
When my grandma gives it to me, I pour a bunch of sugar in there to make it sweet.
That shit nasty.
Yeah. No. What's your most memorable on-air moment on radio?
Whoa, bro, you're gonna take me far back. But most memorable moment on air. Oh, I'm trying to remember. There's been many.
Mm-hmm.
Rapid fire. This is quick. Memorable. Shoot, this every day is just a different day. But oh man, I was on air. It was my birthday. I was working that day. I didn't take off, and people, like everyone, came in. And do you know what they did?
Mm-mm.
They decided to drench me in not water, not just champagne, which we do usually if you have money. They came, and I was dressed so fresh. I was like, damn, I'm looking good today, smelling good, smelling nice. They decided to go and grab Guinness. Do you know Guinness? Have you smelled Guinness, and have you seen the color? I was wearing white that day.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean Preezy. I was dripping in Guinness from head to toe, sticky. I just said no. And do you know who was the one that poured it all over my head? It was my boss.
Oh, really?
I said, bro, you have money. You even Bel Air. even Bel Air.
I've seen a few celebrations that you guys have on the radio where you bring cake, you take cake to everybody, and it's always fun to see those celebrations. One word to describe Ugandan radio, especially let me make it specific. NRG Radio.
One word, can it be two?
Yeah, make it two.
Shaping culture.
Yeah,
shaping culture.
That's deeper there. We've talked about this with I've had Zion on here and Salter, because I had somebody on the podcast. I'm not gonna mention names, but he made a comment like, NRG is childish. It's childish. I can't even watch it. It was a guest on my podcast who made that comment.
Yeah,
and I asked Zion about it. It was a big issue when I did that. I'm not the person who wants to promote hate. I respect people's work, job, and people have reasons why they do what they do. So when that person made a comment, I wanted to bring it back out to correct the air. Everybody's okay. Is free to say whatever they want on the podcast. Doesn't mean that the podcast agrees with that. And if it's something bad, we want to put ourselves out there to clarify that this is not what we believe. Yeah. This is my guest opinion. In a few words, what would you say to somebody who thinks NRG is childish?
First, you've probably never been to NRG to see the working environment that we have created at NRG Radio. We are less corporate, more family oriented. If you walk inside NRG Radio, you'll probably tell. And of course, it was probably like a celebrity or someone that's prominent in the industry, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Exactly. They haven't been there to feel the energy or understand why energy is called energy. And so from outside looking in, you can see it as childish, but we see it as us being able to be ourselves. Mm-hmm. And so for someone who thinks energy is childish, to each their own, by the way. You have there's Capital FM. There's Capital FM for those ones who want to listen to old school. There's even what's this other one called?
Sanyu.
Sanyu. You can also listen to Sanyu, and people will say, "Oh, energy's also. You guys speak too much English." Yes, you want us to be like every other radio station that's here. Mm-hmm. No, we're coming in the game and we're shaping culture. That's exactly why I said shaping culture. Mm-hmm. We're bringing a different narrative to Ugandan radio, or rather entertainment, and how it's being consumed. We came into the game doing on ground content as a radio station. On ground, if there's an event, we are there and we are taking our smartphones out and recording and posting immediately. Right. Now that's a culture right now in Uganda. I'll tell you that for a fact. All these media houses do it now. Why? Because energy came to shape culture. Right. And anyone who thinks that is childish to shape culture, that's on you. You stay traditional. See where that lands you in 5 years.
Mic drop. You had that. Anyway, the final question. Dream celebrity guest to interview.
A celebrity guest to interview after this?
No, your dream celebrity guest you would want to interview.
Anywhere in the world?
Anywhere in the world.
No, give me Tyler.
Tyler, yeah. I watched.
Give me.
I watched her. It wasn't an interview. It was, Kai, the Twitch guy.
Kai Cenat,
yeah. I saw
he
Tyler
messed up.
there.
Yeah. He messed up.
He did.
Yeah, you had one chance, my boy. You messed up. No. Now let Sean Preezy handle that one. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, he did. He did mess up. I watched that one.
What did she say? As friends or something?
Yeah, he did.
No, but he messed up. Let me tell you why. He got off the phone asking another girl, will you be my girlfriend?
Oh, yeah.
And she's, I guess, I don't know, or something of the sort, or maybe you get what I'm saying. He ended and then acted as if Tyler's a second option by asking her next.
Right.
Tyler's not no second option. Make me sweat, make me war. Give me all that. You messed up, Kai. Let Sean Preezy handle that. I know how to.
For the listeners who have stuck with us through till right now, we appreciate you. We appreciate you for listening in. We've shared some good stuff that beneficial. Laughed. I laughed till I cried. But I got 3 questions. I'm gonna wrap this up with the questions that end the podcast. What's a life lesson you've learned in life to this point?
A life lesson that I've learned. I'll give you 2. I'll give you quick 2. For me, I'm a believer in Christ. So I always say, I have a foundation in Christ. I'll say that is what has kept me strong all throughout any problem, whether it doesn't matter what is going on in my life. I always have peace and my joy. It never leaves me.
Right.
It will never leave me. It may look like one thing, but trust me. People are always like, Sean, you're smiling still. This didn't just happen to you? This didn't happen to you? No. But I'm like, yes. And I'm going through it as well, just as much as everybody else, but I still have my peace and my joy. That's what I believe. There's power in the word, and I'll say that forever and ever. Second thing, now for those who are dreamers and they are people who know that they have a dream in their life. One of the biggest things I had to learn in my life, stop listening to people, stop telling people your dream, first of all, and then stop listening to people about what you should do in your life. No. Stop that. Whether it's your family member, whether it's your even yourself.
Right.
We self-sabotage so often, saying, "Oh no, this is not really for me." In your heart, this is exactly what I was meant to do, but yet you're self-sabotaging because of something somebody told you a long time ago. Put it behind you. It's behind you. Every single day you have 24 hours. You can reset your mind every day if you wanted to. You can become, there's a Chinese guy. By the way, I love that Chinese guy. Yeah. He didn't let nobody tell him nothing. He became an astronaut. He was a doctor. He was a psychiatrist. He was a lawyer. He became everything. He went like Thanos collecting infinity stones, and he still is right now. Bro went to the moon as an astronaut. Bro, he came back and he said, yeah, let me do law. He did law. He said, let me become a doctor. Do you know what type of will you have to do all these things?
Right.
All you have to do is be a human.
Right.
God gave you that free will. Do it. Do it.
Another one. What gets you excited about life?
Oh, man. Nowadays, and it sounds so hippie-ish. Just waking up, I go to my balcony and I'm just like, man, it's a new day. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's seeing, like, I got to live again. Like, I've seen too many people around me like die at young ages. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays I just appreciate the small things like waking up in the morning. And I'm like, even though I may have a funny day today, I know at least, hey, I'm here. But I'm excited to do the things that I love. I love going to see people, giving people my energy, man. I love going to work. I love sitting in front of the mic. I love sitting here in front of on the Ugandan Boy Talk Show with Bonnie. Give me all of it, man. You know what I mean?
Sean,
yeah.
The final question is a signature question of the podcast, and this is how you ended up here.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see on this podcast next as a guest? And you're going to help me bring that person here.
I'm going to go with DJ Vance.
DJ Vance, baby.
Yeah, DJ Vance. Yeah, bro, if you think wait until DJ Vance comes here. Oh, guys, make sure you're ready for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Make sure you're ready. Yeah, DJ Vance. I'm going to make sure I'll even come back here with DJ Vance.
Yeah.
He has to come and sit in this chair, sit here in front of this mic and yap. I'm ready for that one.
We almost broke the record because April's video was 1 hour and 42 minutes. We are at 1 hour and 40 minutes. But we still have a little bit to do.
Okay. Yeah, Apex, what you got on me, my boy?
You're almost crushing it. Anyway. Hey there, my name is Bonnie Chibuka, the podcast host of the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. Thanks for watching and listening to my podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Also, leave a feedback on this podcast because that's how we grow. Thank you very much and be blessed.
Hey, yo, it's your host always doing the most, Sean Preezy, a.k.a. the hungry, unruly King Cobras. And guess what? We are live and direct right here on the Ugandan Boy Talk Show with Bonnie. So in case you didn't know what Sean Preezy is all about, where he came from, what he's doing in Uganda, where he's going in life, then guess what? You get to find out right about now. And remember, this is the only place where Bonnie is, but isn't. See ya.
That's a good one. And with that, we tied April's episode with 1 hour and 42 minutes. But actually, we have like 15 seconds. So you matched his talk. So it was great. It was great.
Hey, man, that's nice. And I came in here like, damn, Apex was long. The guy can yap.
Yeah. No, man, I appreciate.
But thank you so much, Bonnie, for having me, man. It was a great conversation, and I think it shouldn't stop here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said you're in which state again?
I'm in Michigan, Detroit.
You're in Detroit, yes. All right. Next year in the summertime, I'll probably see you out. Make sure, but all throughout that time we'll be in contact. But I'm gonna be
even if you're in Atlanta, I'll come find you or just take a flight, come hit you up. I have a lot of friends down there, so.
Oh yeah. We going to Magic City.
Yep. ATL, baby. Yeah, I have a lot of friends in Atlanta and a lot of Ugandans actually in Atlanta. Like most of them I know they're from down there.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
but thank you so much for having me.
So yeah, let's stay connected. I know I usually tell people that God connects us for a reason. You never know what we're gonna do, and we'll do great things. And yeah, anytime, any day. Mikasa Sukasa. My house is your house. Whenever you want, just hit me up.
Hey,
we'll put you on.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. Thank you.
All right. I'll let you in the hands of DOP. I'll sign out. Thank you very much.
Gang.
Peace out. All right. Now you pass right. You pass APAS. You're at 144. So
that's crazy. Hey.
So this is the longest episode on my podcast. 1 hour and 44 minutes.
That's crazy. That is so crazy. Almost 2 hours.